Tonight we're going to make a very quick and easy project. The inspiration for this project is this. It's page 25 from the new Cricut magazine that they've come out with. Now I've subscribed to it online, and so I just print out the pages when I want them. And this was actually from their second edition. But this is a card that they made, and I got to looking at that and I decided, you know what, I want to turn that into some tags. So this is the inspiration, but that's not how mine turned out. The first thing that I did is I went and I found my Accent Essential Cricut Cartridge, and on page 77 you see this scallop. Now this is the main scallop or flower, and it has several layers so that you could layer it on top of the base. The base is actually using the shift function. So what I did is I cut my base out at 3.5 inches in white, and then I ran that through the Swiss Dots Cuttlebug. And then I took a 2-inch circle punch and I punched a yellow circle here. And then I took a 1-inch circle punch and I punched another circle. So those were the pieces. Then when I was thinking about it, I thought, well, Sherry, that's kind of silly because you can't write on the back of that tag very well. So because it's embossed. Even though the embossing is in the front, the back still has holes. So I thought, well, that's not going to work. So I'm going to need to add something to my tag. So then I went back and cut another piece at 4 inches on the Cricut so that they would fit together and just leave a shadow. And actually I kind of like the way that turns out. Plus on the back then I have plenty of room to write whatever sentiment I want to write to the recipient of the gift tag. Now the reason I'm actually doing this gift tag is the church where I go to, we do a service project, kind of a ministry, and we provide blankets to our local hospital for victims of sexual assault. And we always have a little tag just letting them know that somebody cares about them as they're going through this hard time. And so I needed to make some more tags for that program. So that's why I chose tags instead of a card. So we just see that that's all on there. I then found these stamps at my local Joann's, and it's from Hero Arts, and it says laugh out loud, lots of hugs, you are special, wishing you well, sending smiles, take good care. And we wanted these ladies to know that they are special. So I used my black ink pad, and on my center my circle I stamped you are special, and then I ran it through my 2.5-inch Xyron, and that will just stick right on there. So that's the base of our little tag. Then I wanted a little bit more, and this kind of makes it look, I can't really put it in the center like I would for a flower because that's where my sentiment is. So I just kind of off-centered it. It doesn't really look like a flower with that part on it, but I just thought it added a little bit of extra to it. So that's with the 1-inch punch. And then I took buttons. I have these buttons are old. They say boutique. These were 60 cents. Some of them I found were actually 20 cents or 10 cents for a card of a whole bunch. And I pulled them off the card. Now I chose to leave the little fastener that fastened the button to the card that's metal. I chose to leave that in the center of the button for this particular project because I just wanted to leave it. I didn't want to have to find floss or anything to run through my holes. And so then what I wanted to do to attach that, I took a mini glue dot and I put my button on the glue dot. And then I'll just put that right in the center. So you can see how quickly this little tag is going together, and it's almost done already. The next step that I need to do is I need to punch my hole. So I grab my crocodile, and on the 3/16 side I just put it near the top here, and I just punch my hole. And I think I'm going to go a little closer up there. And there's my hole. Of course you could use any paper cutter or paper hole puncher, but since I was I was doing so many of these tags, I wanted to cut several at a time. And this actually, I cut 3 at a time only because I probably could have cut 4 or 5 at a time with the Crocodile, but I didn't, just because with all the extra bulk handling it was kind of awkward. But that was the beginning of that's where I put my punch. Now I am doing some of these for myself as well as for the church project that I'm working on, and then I have a couple gifts that I'm working on. So for the ones for the church, I didn't put any ribbon in it because they're the blankets have ribbon around them when we present them, and we will just tie the tag off of the ribbon that's around the blanket. But for the ones that I was doing it for my gifts and for myself, I went ahead and cut a little piece of ribbon like this, and there you have your tag. Simple, easy, fast project. Went together, and it's really cute. You know, it'd be great. You could stamp happy birthday on it, or you could stamp get well soon, or whatever the occasion is, you could just stamp on there. So this was the yellow tag that I made. Now I made another one. This one I think I really liked. Same sentiment. I used white. Instead of using a button on this, I used a little pearl from K & Company. And then of course we had to have a purple color in there. So here's a purple one and a pink one. And then for the gifts that I'm doing, I packaged them all up. Let me show you. I have these little 4x6 cellophane bags, and just put them inside. Now this one's mine and I don't need a topper. But for the gift that I did, I had these toppers left over from when I made some toppers with my Imagine, and I didn't even do a big flapped over topper or anything. I just stapled that to the top, and now I have 4 little tags to give as a gift. It's just a little I'm thinking of you type of gift, you know. It didn't take a lot of time. I used scraps except for, well, my base, and my white base wasn't, but the others I just used the scraps on. And it was just a simple, nice little gift. So hopefully you can think of other ways to use tags and ways to make tags, and make some gift tags for yourself. Just a quick, simple project. Have a great night.